Former chairman of the House Committee on Appropriation, Abdul Mumin Jibrin, has advocated the creation of a constitutional court. Jibrin made this call at a book launch in Abuja, where he said the court will help in the interpretation of the Constitution. Celestina Iria has details.
The interpretation of the Nigerian Constitution can sometimes be a hard nut to crack for lawmakers and lawyers alike. It is against this backdrop that the former Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Ruth Ukeji, decided to provide a guide in that regard through a book, Intrinsic and Extrinsic Aids to the Interpretation of the Constitution, Statutes and Private Documents. There are those who believe that the course of interpreting the Constitution can only be further helped with the creation of constitutional courts.
And it's clear in the Constitution that A is A or B is B. Why do you need to go through all that legal process? So what I was saying is that we should begin to look at constitutional court in this country. They will not operate as an autonomous body. They will operate under the present institutional setting of our courts, because the interpretation of the Constitution has become a very burning issue. You will have a situation where everyone chooses to interpret it the way he does.
Try to interpret the Constitution and go totally out of its intent, out of its spirit, out of its meaning. Some others want to interpret the Constitution. They are too careful not to get into trouble. And what they say doesn't really make any sense. It has nothing to do with the Constitution. So watching it for over a long time, I thought, no. I must say something. That is what advised it.
This book will also serve as a guide to citizens to understand the Constitution and be in the know of what councils who represent them in courts argue on.
The High Court, they're arguing on Constitution. Supreme Court, they're arguing on Constitution. At least we that are not lawyers, that take cases to lawyers, if we have the Constitution segmented as she has done, explained to the average person, then when it's being argued, your case is being argued, at least you'll be able to supply more information and understand what the lawyers are arguing about.
Interpretation of the Constitution is the bedrock of administration of justice. Therefore, our contribution cannot be estimated. They are invaluable and it is commended.
With this right interpretation of the Constitution, citizens and litigants will have the right guidance to the dispensation of justice and the rule of law. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.